Whew. I just came in from cutting the grass. Battery died. So we got a little patch left on the side and on the other side. But anyways, I had seen something where somebody was trying to humble the next person because they were cursing and using profanity while talking about scriptures in the Bible. And it was like, oh, how can you be of God and you're using curse words? I question a lot of people. Like, do you even talk to God? I'm telling you, they will cuss you out. They will curse you out. And if you say, like, oh, God's like this malevolent, like this, I'm sorry, benevolent being, and oh, it's like all divine, and da 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 da, you don't know yet. You haven't gone farther enough. You're still entertaining your comfort, right? If you curse, God curse, right? But if you really had that connection, I get into it with my ancestors on a daily basis. A daily, like, not every day. We don't be beefing like that, but sometimes, I come in true form. Like, yeah, I come how I feel, and like sometimes they'll cuss me out. And it ain't nothing like trying to hurt your feelings. And then I explained beforehand that this is your spirit finger. This raises frequency and vibration. And then if you really understood a curse word or profanity, it's a frequency in itself. So if you're offended just because somebody is just cursing, and you, that's what I'm gonna say, you never know the vessel the message will get sent in. You'll never know. But then you'll be in your ways, stuck in your ways, and then you'll ignore that person just because they're cursing. And I've said this 1,000 times. The divine will use anyone that's willing. Just like they say, a drunk man tells no lie. So when you need to hear truth, you'll get it from a drunk person. You might get beat up after, but you'll still get that truth, right? That was a crazy example to make. Oh my God, I got stuff all over my face. But I'm not gonna take a shower until I get this grass cut. My feet are all green. So I was cutting the grass barefoot. So I'm just waiting for this. I'm gonna let it charge like to 1 bar. And I'm gonna go out there real fast, like, and I'm just gonna do it real fast because I was taking my time trying to ground in between. But anyways, if you're offended by curse words, you're gonna find any way to get offended about. And I told the story before where I first met like the Holy Spirit. But I'm just saying, don't be surprised. We got taught the watered down PG-13 version of what God is or what spirituality is. But then when you get in there, don't be surprised. Do not be surprised. Because I don't even know what else to say. But I'll tell you this. If you're ignoring a message just because a person cursed, that's on you and not that person. They did what they were supposed to do. Nobody said anything about delivery. Just like how I talk about universal laws, right? And how they're loopholed here. It's a loophole getting through all universal laws because we're getting tricked because we're the ones doing it, right? Not the ones that's doing it to us or tricking us to break universal laws or give up our power or step away from ourselves. We willingly do this, and this is why I keep explaining too why it says in the Bible the devil is blameless. And everybody says, oh, God's gonna destroy the devil. It says he's blameless. You are gonna be right there, right? And that's how I explained with Jesus in the wilderness talking to the devil. Jesus was talking to himself. Jesus was wrestling with his own emotional responses. That's why I brought up the prefrontal cortex that would represent Jesus. The amygdala, I can't even talk, the amygdala would represent the devil. Impulse, without reaction, right? He was talking to his ego, to himself. Have you ever sat and wrestled with your thoughts? Something come up and then you like, I can react fast, or I can just sit back and think about it, right? But it's all the more that you know. And of course, I love you guys, but don't be so offended, because when you really meet God or whatever deity you believe in, higher power, don't be surprised when they humble you. I got humbled looking for love and got humbled, got told some hard truths. And you know what? They just made me do this and get up and do what I needed to do for me. I was making excuses, but when you live in comfort, you're going to find a way to be offended. You're going to find any reason to be offended. But that's going to be on you. But don't shoot the messenger.